Good morning. Today, you're not going to learn anything new. What we're going to do is we're going to put all the vertical angles, the linear pair angles, we'll probably be using angle addition, definition of a right angle, all of that together. In order to put it all together, on each problem, and this is the same for the worksheet, you will state what type of angles are they. For example, are they complementary angles? Are they supplementary angles? Are they vertical angles? Are they a linear pair of angles? Is it a right angle? That sort of thing. Once you state the type of angles, then you must state the relationship. So if part 1 was complementary, then the relationship would be they add to 90. If it had been supplementary, then they add to 180. If it had been vertical angles, then vertical angles are equal. If it had been linear pair angles, then they add and equal 180. If it had been a right angle, then we know that angle's measure is 90. Now, it is step 2, that understanding of taking, let's say, the type of angles and understanding the relationship, that's going to allow you to write the equation based on that relationship. And then you're going to write the equation, you're going to solve the equation, you will find x or some variable, and then you're going to go back and find the requested angle. So here's my diagram. And we're going to do this first one. I'm going to move this one down so we've got some space. All right, so what's really nice about this, well, I was lazy on my way. I numbered or looked at my angles. So we're talking about angle 1, which is right here. Then we're talking about angle 2, which is right there. Now, because of this box, we know this is 90 degrees. And because the degree measure from this side all the way over to this side must be 180, which means that this also over here together must be a right angle. In other words, in part 1, I have complementary angles. All right. Now part 2 is what is the relationship? That means add to 90 degrees. So now that means that I've got, this is 2x plus 3. This is 3x plus 2. So the equation I would write, it tells me to add, so I'm going to take 2x plus 3 plus 3x plus 2, and it tells me to set them equal to 90. So I set it equal to 90. Now I need to solve this equation. So notice this is an equal sign, so we have to combine like terms. 2x and 3x is 5x. 3 plus 2 is 5. Then I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, so I'll have 5x equals 85. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and my x value is going to be 17. 5 goes into 8 once with 3 left. All right. So now that is step 3. Now it says find the requested measure, or requested angle. So I need angle 3. Well, angle 3 is down here. Now, how in the world am I going to find angle 3? Well, if we look at 1 and we look at 3, they're vertical. And we know vertical angles are equal. So if I know the measure of 1, then I know the measure of angle 3. So this is part 4. So now I'm going to say the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, which is going to equal angle 1 is this. So I'm going to say 2 times the x that I found, which is 17, plus 3, or 34 plus 3, or 37. Next problem. We're going to look at angle A, B, E. And you know what? If you're having problems because this diagram's got lots of angles in it, I suggest that maybe you use a highlighter. Angle E, B, C. Okay, so now if we're looking at this angle here, and we're looking at this angle over here. And if you notice, their non-shared side forms a straight line, which means that they are a linear pair of angles. All right, what do you know about linear pair angles? You know that they add to 180. So if this is 2x plus 5, and this is x plus 4, based on what we said here, we're supposed to take the 2x plus 5, add to it x plus 4, and set it equal to 180. So we're ending up with 3x plus 9 equals 180. We're going to subtract 9. So you're going to have 3x equals 171. We're going to divide by 3. So we're going to end up with x equal, 3 goes into 17 5 times, that's going to be 57. All right, now we're supposed to find the measure of angle 2. Well, the measure of angle 2 is going to equal the measure of angle 4 because they're vertical, and the measure of angle 4 happens to be 2x plus 5, also known as ABE. So the measure of angle 4 is going to equal 2 times 57 plus 5. This is going to be 14, I think that's 114, plus 5, or 119. Now, my diagram is not drawn to scale. Don't ever let the diagram think you are wrong, because I will not draw my diagrams to scale, because I want to know if you know the geometry. All right, let's do some more. So now we're looking at angle 1 and angle 3. So if we look at angle 1's here, angles 3's here, straight lines form them. This set of angles is called vertical angles. What do we know about vertical angles? What is the relationship? Vertical angles are equal. So that means here I'm going to say, 1 is 4x minus 13. I want a diagram on each problem. So 4x minus 13 equals 2x plus 19. So I'm going to subtract 2x. So I'll end up with 2x minus 13 is equal to 19. I'm going to add 13 and get 32. And when I divide by 2, I get 16. Now, what did they ask for? They asked for the measure of angle 4. Well, here's 4. And 4 is not equal to 3, and 4 is not equal to 1. But the relationship between 3 and 4, if this angle's 90, then this angle's 90, which means they sum to 90. So if I can find the measure of angle 3, that's going to be 2 times 16 plus 19, which is 32 plus 19, which is 51. All right, then I know the measure of angle 4 is going to be 90 minus 51, or 39. So now I went the wrong way. Let's see, I don't think I've got 2 of them for you. So now it is your turn to drag this down here for you. There's problem 1, there's problem 2, and there's your picture. Let's get the angle measures back up where they belong. So again, you need to tell me what is the relationship between angle 3 and 4, what type of angles they are, what the relationship is, write the equation, find the requested angle. Same with number 2. So please pause while the students do these 2 problems. Most of the class is finished. They should have said on number 1 that the angles are complementary, so they sum to 90. So the angle that is being requested, which is angle 2, is congruent to angle 4 because they're vertical, should have gotten 43. And number 2, the angles were supplementary. They should have gotten x to be 18. Then when they go to find the measure of angle 1, it just happens to be 43. Now, if I had tried to get both problems to be the same answer, it would have taken me hours. All right, so now we want to construct an angle bisector. So to construct an angle bisector, I'm going to click on the YouTube video, and I'm going to stop it. and I'm going to come back to the notes, and I'm going to paste the YouTube. This is the URL if you would like to watch that video. So I'm going to get a protractor or a compass out. So if we're going to bisect an angle, first of all, you have to have an angle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our protractor, we're going to put the compass point on the vertex, we're going to open our compass up, and now you're going to make an arc, sort of like the starting point of where we duplicated an angle. Now, you made these 2 points of intersection for a reason. So we're going to do what we do, we're going to do to both of these next. All right, here we go. Now you're going to take your compass point, you're going to put it on this point of intersection. We're going to open up our compass a little bit more, and now we're going to draw an arc in this region. We're going to take our compass point on the other point of intersection, and we're going to draw. Notice I did not, my compass opening must remain the same. Now we're going to do another arc, and your goal is to get it to intersect the first arc. So now if you take a straight edge and you go from the vertex and you go through that point, then what you've just done is you've constructed an angle bisector. So our marks look like this. This shows that my angle was bisected. So now I want you to draw an obtuse angle on your notes and bisect it. Don't know if you want to see this again, but just remember you have to do this. So let me do this one more time. Let me grab my handy dandy compass up here. All right. So if I were to bring this down, we begin with any opening we so desire on our compass. We put our compass point on the vertex of the angle, and now we draw an arc, and it must intersect both sides of the angle. Now we're going to take our compass point and we're going to put it on one point of intersection that we just made with the side. I'm going to open my compass just a little bit more, and I am going to make an arc. Then I'm going to take my compass, I'm going to put it on the other point of intersection, and I'm going to make an arc. Now I've got to intersect the arc I already made. It's this point of intersection. Notice when I did this first big arc and I went to do the second arc, I did not change the opening of my compass. We start here and we go through there, and then you must also mark it so I know that you know that this angle is congruent to that angle. So now you get to draw an obtuse angle on your notes and bisect it. All right, so the notes are finished. I don't know if you have time to do this, but I'll let the sub know that I have done some of the homework problems. As I was looking at the homework, you had to name some supplementary angles. You had to name, identify whether they were adjacent and supplementary and vertical. If we look at problem 25, you were supposed to find, they were telling you that you have a linear pair of angles. And what's beautiful about this is they did not give you a diagram. So E, F, G, there's one angle. And then we've got angle GFH. They said formed a linear pair. Now they're saying EFG is 2n plus 21. They're saying GFH is 4n plus 15. Now you need to know if there's a linear pair, then linear pair angles add to 180. So we'll say 2n plus 21 plus 4n plus 15 is equal to 180. This is the same thing as 6n plus 36 equals 180. 6n equals 144, I believe, 50. And then when you divide by 6, you're going to get 24. So did they, now notice they want to know what is the measure of this angle and what is the measure of that angle. So this angle is going to be 2 times 24 plus 21, which is 48 plus 21, which is 69. This angle is going to be 4 times 24 plus 15, and that's going to be 16, 8, 96 plus 15, which is going to be 1, 1, 1. Now, to check, 69 plus 111 should add to give you 180. In problem 26, you were told that you have an angle bisector. Angle bisectors do for angles what segment bisectors do for segments. And so if that is truly an angle bisector, then you know that this angle is equal to that angle. And they have them marked. If this is 2x minus 3, oh, I'm sorry, I read it wrong, 3x minus 3, and this is 4x minus 14, then 3x minus 3 equals 4x minus 14. And then you're going to solve it from there. All right. Then when we get to 27 through 29, those are probably my favorite of all problems because they don't tell you what is going on. They've told you that you have an angle bisector. You need to draw, label, and mark. So I've got angle A, B, C. And they've told us that BD bisects this angle, which means this is equal to this. So I've drawn it, I've labeled it, I have now marked it. And I am going to do number 28. They told us that angle ABC, in other words, this whole thing is 4x minus 12. They told us in 28 that ABD is 24. If ABD is 24, then DBC must also be 24 because of our marks. So we know angle bisector, we know part plus part equals our whole. So you're going to get 48 is equal to 4x minus 12. You're going to add 12 to both sides, which gives you 10, 4, 5, 60, which means x is 15. And they asked you to solve for x and find the measure of ABC. So ABC is going to be, the way they did this, we could have cheated and just added those. But anyway, measure of angle ABC is going to be 4 times 15 minus 12, which is 60 minus 12, which should be 48. All right, as I look some more, think about a plan. It says, this is 31. It says the measure of one angle is twice the measure of its supplement. The measure of one angle. So I don't know this. This is an angle. And they're saying that this one angle is twice the measure of its supplement. So its supplement is going to be 180. Hold on. So what this tells us is the other angle is going to be 2x, because twice that angle is 2x, and that's your other angle. Now when they said the word supplement, that means supplementary, so these two angles add up to 180. So you can end up with 3x equals 180, or x is equal to 60. Let's see. I think 37 should be okay. On 40, you've got a picture there. A beam of light in a mirror can be used. They're telling us that angle ABC has a measure of 41. They also told us that the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are congruent. So if ABC is 41, that means CBD is also 41. Name the angle of reflection and find its measure. I just mentioned that. Find the measure of angle ABD, then you're going to use angle addition. You'll get 41 plus 41 equals 82. Now they want to find the measure of angle ABE and measure of angle DBF. So because you have, there's a, on the right-hand side, there's this box here. They told, we know this is 41, we know this is 90, So this angle has to be 90 minus 41, and that's going to be 49. We know this is 41 over here, and if this is 90, then this is going to be 90, so this has to also be 49. So I hope this helps with any questions that you had on last night's homework.